What's up, Emo Geeks? We're back to another Feedback Friday. This week we got an amazing guest.
Hello. Hi, Internet.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Great. Well, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yes, my name is Stephanie. I'm sort of a content marketer by morning and then emails order / strategist / copywriter by afternoon. I like to collect and break down email series, particularly SaaS onboarding emails, but I'm open to just about any email. Take them all.
Yeah, we have some competition, I think, at really good emails. Yeah,
Oh, no.
Your guides are just pretty in depth, and yeah, don't you have like a ebook out there that's like 100 different emails or something?
On my website, I believe I've done 16 full onboarding email breakdowns, and then I took my top 10 and put them all together in one easy, handy dandy guide that's like 105 emails. I tallied it up. If you put them end to end, all the waiting, it'd be like more than a year of waiting for the emails to come in. So dedicated to the cause.
That's commitment for sure. Yeah. We don't have time for that. So I'm glad that you didn't.
No.
So we didn't have to. So yeah, you sent over this SurveyMonkey.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to look at this one today. Why did this one stand out to you?
So this one stood out to me because I was expecting the email to be about me and my experience and my anniversary. And then once I got inside, it was more about SurveyMonkey and what SurveyMonkey has done and what other users have done. And I would say, to be fair to SurveyMonkey, when I'm doing my onboarding email breakdowns, I'm sort of professionally ghosting these companies. So I've signed up and I haven't done anything on SurveyMonkey in the last year. So I'm curious to know, there's no way I can know for sure. Maybe if I would have been doing something this year, then this email would have been personalized to my experience and, my survey results. I sent this over because maybe it wasn't what I was expecting, and maybe it's because I didn't do anything. Brought up the question in my mind of how do you approach personalized emails or these sort of data-driven emails for users that you don't have as much information for? And I don't have the answer to that, but it stuck out in my mind because, like I said, it just wasn't what I was expecting.
Going into this one, that gift definitely is standing out. I keep wishing that this would flicker on this candle, but I don't think it does.
It does look frozen in time.
We just get the confetti. But yeah, I guess to me, happy 1 year SurveyMonkey anniversary is I'm expecting my personalized stats, but then you sort of scroll down and then you kind of get some SurveyMonkey stats. So to me, maybe this is more or less like their 2019 recap email or something. So I would almost rather have that be the headline for this one.
And so it says, happy 1 year SurveyMonkey anniversary. As I reread that, it could almost sound like it's SurveyMonkey's 1 year anniversary, like they've only been around a year, which isn't the case.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right, this does look like a lot of sort of year-end recap emails that I've seen. And I would think I would have been totally fine with that. I mean, the information is interesting. I like what they've included, but maybe it should have been, here's what's happened in the past year, or here's how people are using SurveyMonkey, not sort of bait and switching me, thinking they were going to pat me on the back and say, wow, look at all the great things you've done. But really, it's something different.
Yeah, I do like this personalized image. I'm hoping that they have like 10 different cupcakes images just to, all the different anniversaries you could have. So that is kind of cool. I'd be interested to see, how many years back they really go.
Yeah, I'll check back with you in a year and see if there's a number 2. And then I also wonder, it has a little SurveyMonkey logo on the cupcake. It would be super cool if they could put like my profile picture there. I don't use SurveyMonkey much, but could they swap out that little image?
Yeah. That is really cool. I do like that idea. I think we've done that on some really good emails things where based on your email address or something, we could find your company logo somewhere based on, that'd be a nice touch. But then I almost think that would definitely reinforce that this is your anniversary.
That's true. It's about me.
These data points are interesting. I mean, I think we've seen some emails do that really effectively, like pulling community stats. But to me, I don't know. What do you think about these data points?
So how did people use SurveyMonkey in the last year? Well, 47 billion questions answered isn't really how they used it. I feel like further down, they have a section that's about, specifically what types of surveys people were sending. Like, oh, we use these a lot for employee preferences or something. Yeah, what are they asking about? Team outings for one. I feel like that would make more sense under the headline, whatever it was, how people use SurveyMonkey. I feel like this is how people use it.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those things too where we always talk about, how can an email serve a customer? And for some of these metrics, it kind of just sounds like maybe they're, bragging about how popular their site is. And in reality, some of these numbers might not be that useful to me. I mean, these are cool
Right.
stats, but I think we've seen some other year-end emails, especially like ones from Mailchimp, that really, I guess, maybe highlight some more of the customer uses. So, as you said, something like this is maybe a better stat, even to lead in with. But to your point,
Yeah.
maybe there is a piece of this that we're sort of missing out on. Like
Right.
there was some threshold that you didn't meet the requirement where you didn't send any surveys this year. So maybe there would be a cool dynamic field that does sort of highlight what you've done as well.
Yeah, but I guess maybe if that is the case, if they normally would personalize it, I haven't done anything. Could you mention that? Okay, here's what other people have done. You haven't done anything yet, but it's not too late to start. Here are some of the ways that you could use it. Like, could that be a way to bring me back in?
Yeah, I think even on some of the year-end ideas that we've had at Really Good Emails, some of the emails that we're thinking about sending, we're definitely having that fallback in place to say, hey, you haven't liked any emails this year, haven't added any emails to a collection, showing the community stats to be like, people have answered this many questions, like you can too, get started or something like that. Or creating like, are you stuck? Like here's some pre-made templates for different, surveys you can fill out. Would definitely be a good retention idea to bring people back into the product.
Yeah, because it looks like, the call to action button just says ready for more, sign in.
Yeah, that one isn't super strong, and
Yeah.
yeah, to me it doesn't really speak to me on that much. I'm not really sure if I'd even click on it, just because even if I was using SurveyMonkey all the time, sign in is kind of a boring boring one.
Yeah, I don't think it's compelling enough for me to click at that moment.
Yeah, but from a design and development one, this one is pretty good, using live text on a lot of these sections. So that is, nice to see. I think the mobile
Mhm.
view is pretty good. But yeah, I think
Yeah,
the main thing would maybe be on this content, and maybe it feel a little bit more personal, because it does sort of feel like this is a personalized email, but they're kind of falling a little bit short.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, the content is interesting. I think there was just a contrast between what I was expecting and what it ended up being, which was surprising.
Yeah, like even this idea for a quiz is kind of cool, but maybe that could be the email or something where.
Yeah, it could have been almost just that. You've been with us a year. Can you guess how people use surveys? How are you using surveys? That's interesting, and it's buried at the very bottom.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a little strange, and I actually think these colors stand out more as like a CTA than the sign in. That one's kind of a little bit more muted or might get lost. So
Yeah.
yeah, I am very interested to see if there was a cutoff, because maybe this color transition feels a little strange. So I do sort of wonder if maybe there was a section here that's missing, that's your stats.
Hmm.
Yeah, to your point, even if, how do you bring people back into your product even if you don't have stats available for them, is I think
Hmm.
a big problem that, some marketers will see going into this end of year.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it better to, this is a hypothetical question, but is it better to not personalize or not make it a false attempt if you don't have the information, rather than making it seem like you tried, but there's not actually anything, so it doesn't make sense? Like, can you address that there isn't enough there, or
Yeah.
hold that in?
Yeah, it comes down, I guess, to if you even want to send this to someone, if they haven't, if they're
True.
inactive or something. But I guess it is one of those things, if you spend a lot of time on an email like this, maybe
Yeah.
you do sort of want to get it out the door, and then
Yeah.
just, I guess, provide a little, not the best experience. So yeah, I think my feedback on this is the design and the content look pretty good on how it's laid out for desktop and mobile. But I think, yeah, maybe spending some more time on those actual data points, or diving more into like customer stories or something. Maybe there was like a really interesting customer story they could highlight in
Yeah.
the year. Anything else with SurveyMonkey or some of these emails, or?
I don't think so. Like I said, I'm a little bit of a professional ghoster. I perpetually feel bad about. It's interesting to see, different ways that they try to get me back in.
Yeah, I definitely think it's worth the time to work on some sort of end of year email. I think we've seen people really like those, and
Mhm.
maybe there's an opportunity to share part of this email or even screen cap it or something like that for different brands, depending on the data that you have. But maybe this is a little bit of a warning on how you message people. It might leave a bit of a bad taste in their mouth if you don't really pull in the right stats or connect with them on a
Mhm.
one-to-one level. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Great. That's pretty much it. So where can people find you online? How can we see your amazing teardowns?
Yeah, so they all live at getyoursaasonboard.com. That's where you'll be able to find the big book of SaaS email examples, volume 1, which is my onboarding. So those are 10 of my top favorite complete onboarding email sequences. And then there are some extra ones and different posts about samples and subject lines and all sorts of good stuff. There's one post I analyzed 153 subject lines to try and find out what's the common length. Are there any particular themes? It's a little bit nerdy, but it's fun.
Great. Well, that sounds exciting. I'm ready to dive in. Well, thanks for taking the time.
Of course, thank you.
See ya. If you have any feedback on the series, please leave a comment down below. Hit subscribe to keep up with future episodes. Thank you for giving a listen and letting our sponsors know you love really good emails.